Welcome to Malice and Mystery, where shadows whisper and the unknown beckons. Step into a realm of spine-tingling horror, eerie mysteries, and chilling tales. From real-life paranormal encounters to unsolved enigmas and spine-chilling urban legends. We bring you the darkest stories from the shadows. Subscribe if you dare, and remember, some mysteries are better left unsolved. What's hidden beneath the Vatican? Deep within Rome lies Vatican City, home to St. Peter's Basilica, the Sistine Chapel, and countless relics. Beneath these hallowed grounds are secrets that could reshape humanity's understanding. Dr. Alina Moretti, an archaeologist specializing in early Christian artifacts, views the Vatican as a treasure trove. Her fascination began as a child, inspired by her grandmother's tales of hidden chambers. Alina receives an unexpected invitation from Cardinal Francesco Bellini, prefect of the Vatican Secret Archives, summoning her to meet with him. The archives are legendary, rumored to house everything from lost letters of kings to suppressed doctrines. Bellini reveals a map showing tunnels beneath the Vatican, leading to areas labeled Subterranea Sacra, the sacred underground. Alina suspects her work on the Codex Veritas, a medieval manuscript hinting at an ancient civilization, caught the church's attention. Bellini emphasizes the need for someone fearless and dedicated to uncovering the truth. As Alina accepts the mission, she realizes she's stepping into something far greater than herself. Number 1. Into the shadows. Descending into the Vatican felt like another world. The air cooled, smelling of damp stone and ancient dust. Alina trailed Cardinal Bellini and 2 Swiss guards down a narrow spiral staircase beneath St. Peter's Basilica. Their footsteps echoed, occasionally interrupted by dripping water. At the bottom, they entered a dim corridor lined with flickering torches. The passage stretched ahead into shadowy recesses. Cardinal Bellini gestured for caution. "This is the Via Occulta," he murmured. "Few know it exists." Alina's pulse quickened. The walls bore intricate carvings, crosses, fish, and mysterious geometric patterns. She reached out to touch one, but Cardinal Bellini warned. These symbols are not just decorative, they serve as warnings. Proceed with caution. They moved deeper, passing relics, pottery fragments, leather-bound scrolls, weathered statues. Each artifact seemed older than the last. After what felt like hours, they reached a massive wooden door reinforced with iron bands, adorned with celestial bodies and an Aramaic inscription. "Only the worthy shall unlock the heavens." Cardinal Bellini produced a heavy bronze key, inserting it into the lock. The door creaked open to reveal a cavernous chamber bathed in blue light. In the center stood a black obsidian pedestal, covered by a crimson cloth. "This is why you're here," Cardinal Bellini said, gesturing to the pedestal. "The veil of truth." Alina hesitantly lifted the fabric, revealing a crystalline tablet etched with flowing characters. A strange sensation washed over her, a mix of awe and dread. "What is this?" she whispered. "It contains the wisdom of ages," Cardinal Bellini replied. "Knowledge given to mankind by beings not entirely of this world." Before Alina could respond, the ground trembled. Dust fell, the blue light flickered, and a low hum grew louder. "We must leave now," Cardinal Bellini urged. "Something has awakened." But Alina couldn't tear her gaze from the tablet. It pulsed, casting eerie shadows. Suddenly, the trembling ceased, leaving an oppressive silence. The carvings on the walls had shifted, forming new configurations. "What happens next depends on you," Cardinal Bellini said gravely. "Choose wisely." Number 2. Unraveling the threads. Alina's mind raced as she examined the shifting carvings. The crystalline tablet glowed softly, its alien script beckoning her closer. The force within the chamber was no longer dormant. And this wasn't just an archaeological expedition. It was a test she wasn't prepared for. Cardinal Bellini placed a hand on her shoulder. "We cannot hesitate. Every moment increases the risk of exposure. If the wrong people learn of this place," his voice trailed off, but the unspoken threat was clear. Knowledge of divine knowledge was power. Whoever controlled the veil of truth could rewrite history and reshape belief systems. The stakes were far higher than personal ambition. Alina traced the newly revealed patterns on the wall, forming a network of interconnected symbols. One symbol, a spiral enclosed within a circle, caught her eye. This pattern, it's similar to markings linked to the Anunnaki mythos gods who descended from the heavens to guide humanity. Cardinal Bellini frowned. What do you believe they represent? I don't know yet. If these symbols are tied to extraterrestrial origins, it might explain why the tablet's language feels so otherworldly. The veil of truth contained knowledge imparted by non-human entities. The foundations of every major religion could be called into question. Faith might instead have roots in contact with advanced beings masquerading as gods. The tablet emitted a soft chime, its script rearranging into sequences resembling equations. Alina snapped photos with her phone to analyze the data later. Suddenly, a Swiss guard pointed to an intensified blue light illuminating a concealed doorway, leading to a passageway sloping downward into darkness. What lies down there? Alina asked. The abyssus Datha, abyss of God. Few who enter return unchanged, Bellini replied. Elena's resolve wavered. Was she prepared to confront whatever awaited her in the abyss? Yet she couldn't turn back. Taking a deep breath, she stepped toward the tunnel. If we don't go, someone else will. Together they descended, the blue light fading until only their torches illuminated the way. The air grew colder, pressing against them like a weight. They reached a smaller chamber with a circular pool of viscous black liquid and 7 stone pillars depicting pivotal moments in human history. Alina examined the carvings, triggering a vivid vision. A bustling marketplace in ancient Babylon with priests conducting rituals involving the spiral land circle symbol. Disoriented, she stumbled back. What is this place? The Hall of Echoes. Here, the past speaks directly to those who listen, Bellini whispered. The liquid in the pool began to churn, forming humanoid shapes. One figure solidified, its features indistinct but intelligent. You seek answers, but are you prepared to accept them? Alina felt a surge of energy, unlocking buried memories. Visions flooded her mind, civilizations rising and falling, cosmic events shaping evolution. Humanity's story was far more complex than imagined. Collapsing to her knees, Alina grappled with the enormity of what she'd witnessed. Cardinal Bellini offered a prayer, his expression a mix of awe and sorrow. The truth is both a gift and a burden. Use it wisely. Number 3. The weight of revelation. Alina leaned against one of the stone pillars, her mind spinning from the avalanche of information unleashed by the entity in the Hall of Echoes. Each vision seared into her consciousness, weaving together like threads in a never-ending tapestry. Civilizations she once considered mythical had coexisted with early humans, their technologies far beyond comprehension. Cosmic alignments had driven evolutionary leaps, while beings she could only describe as guardians intervened periodically, guiding or manipulating humanity's course. It wasn't just the magnitude of the revelations that overwhelmed her, it was the moral ambiguity woven into them. These guardians, whoever or whatever they were, hadn't acted out of pure altruism. Their interventions often carried great cost, leaving destruction in their wake. Entire populations disappeared overnight, replaced by new societies seeded with genetic modifications. Religions emerged around fragmented memories of these encounters, distorting the truth into parables and dogma. Even the concept of divinity itself seemed rooted in misinterpretation, a desperate attempt by primitive minds to comprehend forces beyond their understanding. Cardinal Bellini knelt beside her, concern etched on his face. "You've seen things few mortals are meant to witness," he said gently. "Do you regret seeking the truth?" Alina shook her head, though tears continued to streak her cheeks. "No," she whispered hoarsely. "I needed to know, but knowing doesn't make it easier. How do you reconcile faith with this?" The cardinal sighed deeply, his gaze drifting toward the shimmering pool. "Faith isn't about certainty," he replied. "It's about trust in something greater than ourselves, whether that something is divine, natural, or even alien. What you've uncovered doesn't invalidate belief, it reframes it. Perhaps God works through many forms, including those we can't fully comprehend." His words offered little comfort. Elena's thoughts spiraled, grappling with the ethical implications of her discovery. If humanity learned the full extent of its origins, would it lead to enlightenment or chaos? Governments would scramble to weaponize the knowledge, corporations would exploit it for profit, and extremists would twist it to justify violence. The potential for misuse loomed large, overshadowing any hope of progress. Yet abandoning the truth altogether felt equally untenable. Suppressing such monumental revelations risked perpetuating ignorance, allowing those in power to maintain control through misinformation. History had shown time and again how dangerous unchecked authority could be. Who decided what truths should remain hidden, and who determined which ones deserved to see the light? As if sensing her turmoil, the entity reappeared, its shadowy form hovering near the edge of the pool. "Your kind stands at a crossroads," it intoned, its voice echoing with a resonance that vibrated through her bones. "The choice is yours, to share this knowledge and risk upheaval, or to bury it and preserve stability. Either path carries consequences." Lena clenched her fists, frustration bubbling to the surface. "Why us?" she demanded, her voice rising. "Why burden humanity with decisions we're not equipped to handle?" The entity tilted its head, as if considering her question. "Because growth requires challenge," it replied. "Without adversity, stagnation follows. You have been chosen not because you are perfect, but because you possess the capacity to adapt. Whether you succeed or fail remains unwritten." Its response left her hollow, the weight of responsibility settling heavily on her shoulders. She glanced at Cardinal Bellini, searching for guidance, but his expression mirrored her own uncertainty. For all his wisdom and faith, even he couldn't provide clear answers. This was a decision she would have to make alone. Rising unsteadily to her feet, Alina approached the pool. The liquid rippled invitingly, reflecting fragments of starlight from the holographic sky above. She reached out tentatively, her fingers brushing the surface. Instantly, images flashed before her eyes, possible futures, branching off in countless directions. In one timeline, humanity embraced the truth, using it to foster unity and innovation. In another, society fractured under the strain, plunging into war and despair. Countless variations played out, each shaped by the choices individuals made in response to the revelation. Pulling her hand back, Alina turned to face the others. "We can't keep this secret," she declared, her voice steady despite the storm raging inside her. "Not entirely. People deserve to know where they come from, even if the truth is painful. But we must control how it's revealed, slowly, carefully, with safeguards in place to prevent exploitation." Cardinal Bellini nodded slowly, his eyes narrowing in contemplation. "A measured approach," he agreed, releasing fragments of the truth over time, allowing humanity to adjust gradually. "It won't be easy, but it may be the only way to avoid catastrophe." One of the Swiss guards spoke up hesitantly, breaking his silence for the first time. "And what of the Guardians? Will they intervene again?" The entity answered before Alina could. "We observe," it said simply. "Our role is not to dictate, but to ensure balance. Should your species falter, we will act, but only as a last resort." The finality of its statement sent a shiver down Elena's spine. Humanity's fate rested squarely in its own hands, guided by the fragile thread of free will. It was terrifying, exhilarating, and utterly humbling. With renewed determination, Alina addressed the group. "Then let's get to work. We'll document everything we found here, piece by piece, and begin crafting a narrative that respects both science and spirituality. The road ahead won't be easy, But if we tread carefully, maybe, just maybe, we can build a future worth striving for. As they prepared to ascend back to the surface, the entity dissolved into the pool, leaving behind a single parting message. Remember, the truth is neither friend nor foe. It is a mirror reflecting what you bring to it. Alina carried those words with her as they climbed upward, the weight of the world balanced precariously on her shoulders. The journey had only just begun. Epilogue. A new dawn. Weeks elapsed since Alina's journey into the Vatican's concealed depths. Yet the reverberations of her discovery still echoed through her life, and the lives of those charged with guarding the truth. In her modest Rome apartment, she pored over notes, photographs, and sketches, diligently arranging the torrent of information into coherent narratives. Each artifact, symbol, and vision demanded careful interpretation, not only to maintain accuracy, but also to prevent potential panic or exploitation. It was meticulous work, but Alina knew there was no room for haste. The collective human psyche was fragile, and unveiling such paradigm-shifting revelations required precision. Cardinal Bellini became an invaluable ally during this endeavor. Though initially hesitant to accept the implications of the veil of truth, he soon understood the need for transparency, albeit tempered with caution. Together, they devised a strategy to gradually release fragments of the findings, embedding them within existing theological and scientific frameworks. Scholarly journals began publishing articles hinting at previously overlooked connections between ancient cultures, while theologians introduced subtle reinterpretations of biblical texts to consider the possibility of extraterrestrial influence. Public discourse began to shift, with debates emerging about humanity's place in the cosmos and the nature of divinity itself. Meanwhile, the Vatican took unprecedented measures to prepare for the inevitable ripple effects. A clandestine council comprising scientists, philosophers, and religious leaders convened regularly to monitor societal reactions and address emerging challenges. Secrecy remained paramount. Only a select few outside the inner circle knew the full extent of what lay beneath St. Peter's Basilica. Yet, even among these trusted individuals, tensions simmered. Some argued for accelerated disclosure, believing that withholding critical truths bred mistrust. Others warned against rushing, cautioning that premature exposure could destabilize global institutions already on the brink of collapse. Alina found herself caught between these conflicting perspectives, her role evolving from archaeologist to mediator. Late-night conversations with Cardinal Bellini became a ritual, their discussions ranging from ethical dilemmas to existential musings. "Do you ever wonder," she asked him one evening, gazing at the moonlit Rome skyline, "if we're doing the right thing? If humanity is ready for this?" Bellini smiled faintly, his gaze distant. "Readiness is relative," he replied. "There will never be a perfect moment. All we can do is strive to act with integrity and compassion, trusting that humanity's resilience will carry us through." Her thoughts often returned to the entity in the Hall of Echoes, its cryptic words lingering in her mind. The truth is a mirror. She realized now how profoundly true that statement was. The revelations themselves were neutral. It was humanity's response to them that would determine their impact. Would people choose fear and division, clinging to old paradigms? Or would they rise to the occasion, embracing the complexity of their origins and forging a new understanding of existence? In quieter moments, Alina allowed herself to dream of what the future might hold. Perhaps, in time, humanity would transcend its tribal instincts, recognizing itself as part of a larger cosmic tapestry. Religions might evolve to incorporate scientific insights, fostering harmony rather than conflict. Nations could collaborate on space exploration, driven not by competition, but by a shared desire to reconnect with the guardians who had shaped their destiny. It was a utopian vision, yes, but one worth striving for. Yet she remained acutely aware of the risks. Conspiracy theories proliferated online, fueled by leaks and speculation. Fringe groups claimed a divine mandate to seize control of the Vatican's secrets. While governments covertly mobilized resources to locate the subterraneous sacra for themselves, the entity's warning echoed in her thoughts. Should your species falter, we will act. The prospect of intervention chilled her, though she couldn't deny the logic behind it. Humanity's survival depended on its ability to adapt and to unite. On a crisp autumn morning, Alina stood atop Gianicolo Hill, overlooking the sprawling city below. The dome of St. Peter's Basilica gleamed in the sunlight, a beacon of faith and tradition juxtaposed against the mysteries hidden beneath its foundation. She felt a pang of gratitude for the opportunity to play a role in shaping humanity's future. However daunting the task might be, as she turned to leave, her phone buzzed with an incoming message. It was from Cardinal Bellini. "The first publication is ready. Are you prepared?" Lena hesitated, then typed her reply. "As prepared as I'll ever be." With a deep breath, she hit send, knowing that the world would never be the same again. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and share it with friends. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more tales of the mysterious. Until next time, stay curious and stay cautious.